Ladies and gentlemen, do I have a treat for you today, because we are going to not only be talking about the story for Season 2 of Warzone, but we're also going to be talking about the future story for Warzone as well. Essentially, with what's been going on in Warzone over the past couple of days, the teasers for Season 2, we've been able to piece together a pretty good story as to what is happening in Verdansk, and it all revolves around zombies, believe it or not. But I also believe that this is actually going to tell us what is going to happen going forward with the Warzone story as well. And it's pretty big, as they are saying in their marketing, it's the beginning of the end, and quite literally it could be the end of Verdansk, and you'll see what I mean by that as we get into the theory part of this video. So basically what we're going to be doing is, first of all, talking about the story that they have given us so far, and then we will be diving into the theory, putting our tinfoil hats on, if you will. But first, let's look at what we got for the story so far. So here's the thing. This story began about a week ago. This story started on Rebirth Island. And about a week ago on Rebirth Island, we were getting these strange transmissions where you would kind of get this fuzziness around the sides of the screen. And, well, it said this.
Диспетчер. Говорит российское судно «Водяной». Канал 1-2. Отбой. Диспетчер. Запрашиваем разрешение на перевозку груза Верданск. Отбой. Диспетчер. Груз закреплен. Все системы в порядке. Готовимся к выходу. Отбой.
So obviously this is Russian, but it roughly translates to this. This is the Russian ship Vodanoy. We are requesting permission to transport goods to Verdansk. Cargo is secured. All systems are in order. We are preparing to leave. And then they hang up. Okay, so a little bit of background information about this. We know from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops Cold War that Rebirth Island was used to produce a Nova 6 gas. We know this because Stitch, one of the new characters in Season 1, was one of the people producing it on Rebirth Island. On top of this, the entire story of Black Ops 1 was around Frederick Steiner producing this on Rebirth Island, and by the end of Black Ops 1, that's where Alex Mason comes in, kills Steiner, pretends to be Reznov, all of that good jazz. Now, I want you to keep in mind that the Rebirth Island that is in Warzone seemingly is taking place in 2020, not in the 1980s like it was in the Black Ops games. However, it appears as though Nova 6 is still being produced here, which is kind of counterintuitive to the whole Black Ops story, but just go with it. Okay, at this point, there's a ship called the Vodanoy, which is docked outside of the edge of Rebirth Island. At this point, the ship is now gone. It has left Rebirth Island, but I promise you, I don't have any footage of it, but it used to be there. Now, fast forward to this week. Now, if you go to Verdansk, off in the distance, there is some storm clouds, lightning going on, and the Vodanoy is there. The ship is coming to Verdansk. And on the same day, this brand new transmission appears in Warzone on the Verdansk map.
Тем, кто меня слышит, говорит капитан Розенталь, российское судно «Водяной». У нас произошла. Мы перевозили груз заразного биологического материала. Что мы натворили? У нас произошла вспышка инфекции. Я боюсь, что нам с ней не справиться.
So again, the Russian, but this is what it translates to. Captain Rosenthal speaking. Russian ship blank, he kind of cuts out, and then it says, happened. We were transporting strange biological material. What have we done? There was an infection outbreak. I'm afraid we won't be able to contain it. And then he screams. So, alright, so what do we know here for sure? First of all, we know that the Vodanoy is coming from Rebirth Island. We also know that it's containing Nova 6 gas. Clearly, some of this gas got out, turned some people into zombies, and it is coming for Verdansk. On top of this, we know that in Season 2, we are getting something called the Zombies Outbreak coming to Black Ops Cold War. This is on the Fire Team Dirty Bomb maps, and basically it's a giant zombies game. We also know that separately in Warzone, Warzone, we are getting the Warzone Outbreak, and that's what this video is about. Essentially, what I am thinking that this is going to be, you may notice that it says Event Challenge. I think that this is going to be very similar to what we saw with the Rebirth Island event and what we saw with the Halloween event, where they kind of give you tasks to do throughout Verdansk, find crates, do this, do that, and that is what it's going to be. We also know that in Warzone Rumble, there was this kind of zombies machine found that said it could spawn zombies. This was at Hospital. I'm guessing that some of these challenges that you are going to have to do is use these machines, call in zombies, and kill a certain amount of zombies to complete challenges. So I want you to keep in mind that the story going on in Verdansk right now is taking place in the year 2020 and 2021. That's when the Warzone story takes place. There's also a separate story going on where Adler has been captured by Stitch, and we found out in the Season 2 cutscene that he is then being taken to Verdansk, but keep in mind that that's in the year 1984. Not 2020, not 2021. Keep that in mind. That is what we know so far. So now it is that time, the time that we put on our tinfoil hats and start discussing what this means for the future of Warzone. And yeah, it's a theory. That's why we have the tinfoil hats on, but it's a pretty good, pretty damn cool theory. So to start this off, we know that the Verdanyoi is coming to Verdansk. That is set in stone. Now, we also know that there are zombies on this boat. There's two options. Either this boat nicely parks itself and we have a boat location on the map that has zombies on it. The second option is that the captain of the boat, Captain Rosenthal, can't pilot the boat and it crashes into Verdansk, potentially crashing into port, letting water in, flooding the waterways, and that could also happen. Also, if it crashes, zombies would get onto Verdansk and we'd have the zombies outbreak. So that part, I almost guarantee is going to happen. Zombies are coming to Verdansk on the boat. That is guaranteed. This is where things get interesting though. What happens after that? Now, I have to say, I'm not the first person to make a video like this. My buddy E. coli Espresso, he did a video on this as well. My theory is a little bit different than his, but if you want to check out his video, I'll have that linked down in the description. You can go watch his video, compare it to mine. Let me know what theory you think is better down in the comments, because mine has a little bit extra to his. So the boat crashes into Verdansk. What happens next? Well, the other thing that is happening in Season 2, aside from the boat coming to Verdansk, is they're opening up the nuclear silos. They're all over the map in multiple different locations. One's by Mill Base, one's by Bunker 0, and I would assume that one is by Bunker 11 as well. You can go inside of these, and we know that zombies are coming, and the question is how do you stop the zombies from spreading outside of Verdansk? Well, the obvious answer to that is to shoot a nuke at Verdansk. So, as we know, nukes are there. It would make sense for them to launch them to stop the zombies outbreak. In fact, you may not know this, but this wouldn't be the first time Captain Price has launched a nuke in a defensive situation. In Modern Warfare 2, there's a bunch of missiles going for the USA, and he actually launches a giant EMP to stop them from going there. They think it's a terrorist attack, but really it's Captain Price saving the day. So it wouldn't be the first time Captain Price has done this. And let's not glance over the fact that ever since Warzone has started, there's been these bunkers and these rumors and people saying that there is going to be this nuke event going on inside of Warzone, and it still to this day has not happened. So this would fulfill that prophecy. But what happens after that? The nuke goes off. I see two options. Option number one is Verdansk stays as it is, but it's now a nuclear wasteland. It is completely different, Chernobyl-esque, but even crazier. And from that, POIs change, new locations are added, and the map is changed to a nuclear wasteland. I think that's a pretty cool option, but I like a different option. Let me paint you a picture. First off, having a look at the Season 2 roadmap, you can see that the Zombies Outbreak event goes until March 11th. It just so happens that March 11th is the 1-year anniversary of Warzone, and there's been this rumor that the beginning of the end happens at that 1-year anniversary, and that is when we are going to be getting a new map or a big change or something along those lines. So let me paint you this picture. On the 11th, we get a cutscene where the zombies come to Verdansk and Captain Price knows he needs to stop it. In this cutscene, Captain Price goes back to the nuclear silo and inside puts in the launch codes to send the nukes at Verdansk. He launches the nukes into the air and they explode over Verdansk. The screen fades to black. But then some words pop up on the screen saying 37 years earlier. This just so happens to be 1984, when Black Ops Cold War takes place, when Adler was captured by Stitch and is getting sent to Verdansk. The cutscene picks up with Adler being held hostage, going to Verdansk, and all of a sudden we have a Verdansk map that takes place 35 years earlier during the Cold War, and the story picks up where Adler is going to Verdansk, being held hostage, and we get essentially a new version of Verdansk. They could fit in the Ural Mountains, the Duga, and a bunch of other locations from the Black Ops Cold War campaign. And that's how Black Ops Cold War fits into Verdansk. Is it a stretch? Yeah, probably. I doubt that's gonna happen, but it would fit perfectly with the story. So that's my theory on what's going to happen. But none of this could happen. It could just be the zombies coming, they go away after the 11th, and that is that. But like I said, it's a theory. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, always appreciate it if you hit that like button. And of course, if you like what you see here, want to stay up to date on all my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.